We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
All
Damn, I
right.
need help.
You
I
need
need
help?
help, man. Everything's messed up. Everything's going wrong.
Explain yourself, Mitch.
I'm running out here in the rain, man. I can't find where I should be, what I should be watching.
So I know in the group text you had said that you needed us to send help. Uh, and Wesley sent that funny response of "Send help" is a 2026 movie. Uh,
It's Oscar week, baby. We all need some
yeah,
help.
I know, man. This is intense.
It's
Uh,
almost our New Year's Eve, man.
I know. This is probably one of the. I'm gonna say it, Mitch. This is one of my favorite days of the year. I don't know about you, but it's one of my favorite days of the year.
Well, I would say like, yeah, I love sitting down and watching this show, but like the lead up to me is the most fun, man. Just
Yeah,
cramming down stupid, movies, like it's gonna make some difference.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
messing up, dude. This year's different than previous years. Like I've lost my way. I feel like I'm wandering in the woods.
no. I think you can only watch what you can, right? And you only have so much time. Obviously, life happens, so things are gonna get in the way. Are there a lot more films that I would have loved to have seen? Absolutely, but Mitch, from here until Sunday, I do want to catch up on maybe a couple more. There's a couple that I'm gonna try to catch. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I've already started kind of trickling into 2026 movies. Uh,
Yeah.
in fact, today I will be going to the movies to go watch Undertone. It's
Oh yeah, that
an
looks scary, dog.
Yeah, it looks apparently I know
Sounds scary.
people, yeah, apparently people have said this is A24's truly scariest movie since Hereditary, which is
Uh,
my all-time favorite horror movie of the 21st century.
well, we'll
But
be praying for you, dude.
I know, man, I know. So, yeah, Mitch, come on. What do you have? I know you've been trying to knock out as many 2025 movies, and we're still in that year. And you know what's funny, Mitch, is that I don't think that the 2025 movie year it doesn't end when we jump into the new year of 2026. For me, it feels like a new year the day after Oscars. Um, uh,
Right. That's how I feel.
So go ahead, Mitch.
Okay, well, okay, so none of the movies that I'm about to mention were in my top tier, and some of them weren't even in my second tier. And in fact, one of them wasn't even on my list. So
Okay.
that's what I mean. Like I'm. Anyways, so here's one that we watched called My Dead Friend Zoe. Did you see this one?
Oh, that was on my secondary list.
Dog, that's a good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Wow. Okay, well, tell me about it.
Well, I don't know who the lead actress is. She's actually really great, and her co-star is really great. And it's a movie that's I don't think it's spoiling it to say the premise. Are you familiar with?
Yeah,
I mean,
she's
the title
yeah,
spoils it. So, I like that conceit. I know it's kind of like um, it's like a rookie move to kind of
yeah,
have like I like in movies when there's a character that isn't real, if that makes sense. Like if
yeah,
there's like an inanimate object or an animal that they're like or an imaginary friend, that for some reason that always works on me.
yeah,
Um, and so in this movie, it's about guilt. It's about there's some twists, there's some surprises, there's some great performances. I mentioned the two leads, but Ed Harris is in it, and he's always
yeah,
great to watch act. Um,
absolutely.
I really would recommend this movie sometime if you're gonna put something on. Maybe a good Fourth of July movie. I don't know. It's just like it's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday with rebuilding. How there's some narrative structures that can be written off as like hallmarky or just standard issue, but
Yeah,
if you do them well, they work so good. And
yeah,
so this was a very satisfying watch. And Lori really wanted to watch it, so that's kind of why it ended up. Actually, we had tried Sam to put on Is This Thing On, but I could not find a good copy. Well, Wesley says he's hooked me up, so he's going to pass me the flash drive. He's my dealer.
Okay, well, he's your Jesse Pinkman. Uh,
He's gonna purchase some movies and and put them on in my stocking.
Dude, that is awesome. Well, is this thing on to? I almost started that movie yesterday, man, but I was having issues
I
with
don't
my
know if I'm gonna
Wi-Fi.
get to it or not. I
I
mean,
I don't know.
it's okay.
It's funny, and maybe I should try. And earlier in the year, maybe I should try focusing on watching movies that are close to 2 hours or longer. That way, when it comes down to the last week, I can just knock out a whole bunch of these under 100-minute movies.
Yeah, it's nice because it can really like be daunting once you're like, and especially like if you're trying to have to stay up late by yourself to watch them and you're
Yeah,
tired and you're like, but I would recommend that one. And I mean, not obviously at this point, but sometime down the road.
yeah.
And then we watched we watched Song Sung Blue.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh. Okay.
I wasn't expecting to watch that, but that's what happened, Sam. And I again, I'm glad movies like this get made. I could see why they released it at Christmas. It's a good kind of feel-good movie, true
Yeah.
story. Great performances. Obviously, she was. So I guess I've seen all the Best Actress nominees now, and I'm not surprised she got nominated. It's
She's
not
really
one
good.
where she's gonna win, but it was cool to see her. And if she was doing the singing, man, which I think she was, I mean, my goodness, dude, where's she been hiding? I'm gonna have to look into that.
How was Hugh Jackman in the film?
He was good, man. I like to watch him, man. He's charismatic. Laura and I were discussing though, it's like neither of us are like particular fans of his singing. I mean, we both like Les Mis. We both love that movie. And he's good, but it's just like his particular voice we're not a fan of. But I like him in this movie, man. And it's a funny movie in some ways. Like there's some features of it you wouldn't expect, and there's
Yeah.
some beats that you're like, what the heck? But the whole way through, they just kind of they charm you, and that's the kind of the thing. It's like about these two like people that are never gonna be or should never be big time performers. You know, they're just kind of like average talents. They do impersonation work mostly, and then they, they have so much passion to entertain people that they do. And so it was a fun movie to watch.
It sounds like it was very inspirational.
Yes and no, you know, I think it would make you laugh, Sam, and that's something good about the movie is I think it would make you laugh, and I think it also I'm not someone who's really been into Neil Diamond's
Yeah.
discography or anything, but he's got some great songs. I mean, everybody knows Sweet Caroline, but
Oh yeah,
he's he's got some great songs.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason
His
why he's
songwriting reminds me of you, dude. A little bit, like, cause he'll just like have some random turns of phrases, and like it'll get stuck in your head. But you like when you actually scrutinize the lyrics, you're like, wait a minute, this is a little offbeat here.
Well, I mean, Neil Diamond, there's a reason why his music connects with so many people, right? And I'm assuming, based off the trailers, right? I'm assuming that his music plays a big part in, like, not just, obviously they cover his music, but a lot of the lyrics, you know how the lyrics kind of match what's going on in their life? Is that
Kind of.
something that?
It's not like Across the Universe or anything where they wrap a narrative around his music, but
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
okay.
they do use some of his songs to a thematic effect. So yeah, cool to see movies like that with couple movie stars, you know, doing their thing, and they really find their rhythm. Like some of the early performances with him, you're like, is this gonna work? and then you're just like totally, it's like Hugh Jackman and Kay Hudson, man, let's go.
Let me ask you
So,
this: would you have nominated her?
well, you know how it is, man. This like, I'm sure I could find somebody else that I would say like, oh, I like this performance better. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate performances that are like that much of a performance, that
Yeah.
are that demanding, and I think there should be like a greater demand on actors and actresses. You always watch something like Singing in the Rain or something, and you're like, good grief, these guys can do anything. They're like madcap entertainers. Like
Yeah.
they're just going to the wall. And sometimes, subtle performances, that's its own kind of art too. So not to diminish the performances that aren't as showy, but it is cool to have performances that are that demanding and that showcase that kind of talent. I do wonder if she was doing all her own singing because, man, we got to book her to do the national anthem or something.
Well, from my understanding, doesn't she do music, Mitch?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
actually not that familiar with
she does music, dude.
her. Okay. Well, dude,
Yeah.
she's great at it. She's really good. Her, her voice is great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think she does a lot of her music.
Dude, we don't know squat any, dude.
We,
We're just two friends talking about movies.
yeah, dude, our song, the movie called podcast song, should have been on Song Sung Blue, dude.
It should
It,
have been on
it,
what?
it should have been on Song Sung Blue. We should the movie called podcast movie. All right, we need to
Yeah, I
make a
can't
movie
wait for them
about.
to make that and to see who plays us.
Eh, all right, so I was surprised. To be honest, I'm already surprised by the first two that you've mentioned.
Let me
Um,
hit at least one more.
no, no, no,
Unless you
no, no,
got
no,
something on deck.
no, no. Tell me as many movies that you've already watched from 2025. Because to be honest, Mitch, all the movies that I've watched are either, movies that I've watched with Vanessa that are from a previous year or a 2026
Well,
movie.
I still want to hear about those, dude. Feed me something. What did you
No,
guys get
no,
on deck?
no, 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 no. Go ahead, go ahead.
Are you embarrassed?
No, no, I'm not embarrassed. Okay, so quick plugins. We watched a movie called Get Rich or Die Trying.
Get rich or die trying. That
Yeah,
sounds familiar.
it's the semi-autobiographical film about Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Are you serious?
Yes, have you not seen that movie?
Who plays him?
50 Cent Jack, 50 Cent.
He plays himself?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I've
Do
not
you know?
seen
Do
that.
you know who directs it?
Uh-uh.
Jim Sheridan. Do you
Jim
know who that?
Sheridan.
Dude, he directed My Left Foot. He directed In America.
Doggone.
Yeah, they got like a. And do you know who wrote the script too?
50 Cent?
No, Terrence Winter. Do you know who that is?
I don't think so.
He's the guy who wrote most of the script or he's the one that did The Sopranos. And if I'm not mistaken, he did The Wolf of Wall Street.
So is the movie good?
You know, we enjoyed it. Yeah.
Is 50 Cent, does he hold his own?
He holds his own. I was surprised, especially with the great Viola Davis. She's in the movie.
Is she his girlfriend?
No, she's not. Dude, shut up.
Is she his mom?
Yeah, no, she plays his grandmother.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm being serious, dude. This was released in 2005. I remember back then watching it, but I couldn't remember too much about it. Look, I'm not saying this is a great movie at all right, and from what I was told, what ended up on the screen wasn't the full movie that Terrence Winter had wrote. He's stated that the movie that he wrote was a far better film, and I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. But what ended up on screen, I thought it was solid entertainment. I mean, I thought it was. We enjoyed ourselves. It's a bit sad at times, but yeah, it's solid, dude.
So just like it's Just like I wasn't imagining I was in some of the movies that I've watched. I wasn't imagining on Oscars week we'd be talking about a 50 Cent biopic,
Yeah. Well, it's semi.
a semi biopic.
Yeah. So there's that. We've also watched last week. Vanessa's family came over, and of course, we turned on Netflix just to put something on, and
Yeah.
we ended up putting on the new 2026 War Machine.
Oh yeah. I saw that advertisement. But was it good?
It knows what it wants to do, and it gets in there, and it offers entertainment. So that's all. It's what you would call a solid B movie.
Do the good
So,
guys win?
well, you're probably never gonna watch this movie, but the way it ends, it sets up for a sequel.
Oh
And
wow.
Mitch, if the sequel comes out, I am probably gonna watch it.
Okay. All right, dude.
There we go.
Well, I mean,
So.
I don't know if I would call that a B movie, right? I mean, it's sizable budget, isn't it?
It is, but it reminded me of those old, like, you know what you're getting type,
Yeah.
um,
Dude,
those old-fashioned
totally.
Hollywood movies.
Yeah. Oh wow. What's that actor's name? Do you like him?
I like him because he's on one of my current favorite shows called Reacher.
Yeah, I remember you saying you liked Ritchie. So he did a picture with Guy Ritchie, didn't he?
He did, yeah. The Ungentlemanly Warfare, I believe.
Yeah, that I'm looking at that new one with Gyllenhaal and Cavill too that I want to watch. I
That was
like
actually
I
pretty good.
like those movies that I mean he's kind of doing those over and over again, and I really liked him.
Some of them
These kind
hit,
of
some of them don't.
yeah, I guess I mean I have I think a little more grace for Guy Ritchie than a lot of people. I just kind of like what he's up to. But yeah, I caught a couple of his. I caught like The Gentleman in theaters and
Mhm.
also Operation Fortune. And enjoyed both of those a lot.
Yeah, The Gentleman is really good. I love Wrath of Man. Dude, that was the last movie that I watched in theaters at my old work, the
Mm,
Bijou.
uh,
So that,
R.I.P.
yeah, that movie has a lot of like, I think it's a really good movie. Have you seen Wrath of Man?
No, I wanted to.
Oh,
I just didn't get to it. But
Mitch, you need to watch Wrath of Man. It's easily one of his better films.
yeah, you don't get to
Easily.
twist my arm to watch a Richie picture. It's like I was saying yesterday with Jim Jarmusch. It's like I'm just glad that they're still there. I can put one on one day.
Dude,
Um,
I wish that, we lived close by each other because I would definitely, that would be a movie that I would want to put on. We order some pizza, we get some beer, and we
yes,
just watch.
yes. Dude, that's making me think of yesterday. I was realizing, like I had said, Wesley made a joke about Happy Gilmore 2, and I was like, that's the only 2025 movie I saw with Caleb. And then I realized, well, I'd seen probably a couple with Wesley. And then I was like, dude, I haven't seen any with my boy Sam.
I know, dude. I'm depressed, dude. I'm depressed. Well, hey,
Oh,
hoping all goes well in this summer, and I'm able to head over there, and
we're
we
gonna
can
catch
sit
a movie
down.
together.
We definitely need to catch a movie together. Okay, but Mitch, continue. What more have you seen?
Something that I just thought of, dude, that we didn't talk about with Blue Moon is remember the line where he's like cranking on Oklahoma and he's like, you need to be wary of any title that feels the need to have an exclamation point on the end of it. And then you remember that Linklater has a movie with two exclamation points in the title. Dude,
Dude,
I thought that had to be like an in joke.
it had to have been. It had to
It
have
was
been.
so funny.
Linklater is a smart guy, and he strikes me as someone that wouldn't take himself too seriously, you know? So
Yeah.
I feel like that had to have been like a little inside little joke at his own movie.
It's
But
so cool that Linklater can just make like a prestige picture and a hangout picture and like not even bat a lash. Like he
yeah, I mean, this guy can do it in his sleep, and
yes.
he's one of I have to tell you, Mitch, he's one of the directors that inspires me even to this day because he actually didn't start making movies until I believe his early he didn't start getting into the movie business, as you say. I want to say until like he was in his early 30s. Uh
Really? Well, that guy
yeah,
was grinding though. I mean, he is an artist.
yeah, I mean he's grinding, but he's one of those that surprised me. And um every now and then, when I'm feeling discouraged when it comes to my, whether it be music or whether it be me just wanting to make a short film or a music video, I always think of Richard Linklater. I'm like, you know what, this guy, he was in his late 20s, early 30s. I think he already had a job and everything like that. And he started, fairly late. And I think that's a little inspirational, and so that's why he's one of my favorite filmmakers.
Yeah, well,
But
the dudes in Song Sung Blue were even older than that, my dude.
oh yeah,
Um, I watched last night. I watched I watched The Last Breath.
the last. Oh, is that the one underwater?
Yeah.
Okay, I watched that movie a while back. What did you think?
So I felt like they didn't quite hit it. I mean, it's the story's so good that you kind of
Yeah,
like you can't lose.
yeah.
But yeah, I felt like there was a few times I was like, oh man, come on, they could have like really nailed this. You wanted it to be in the hands of like a Ron Howard or a Clint Eastwood or a
Yeah.
Paul Greengrass. Um, but it made me pay attention to something that is happening a lot, Sam.
What is it?
And it's the fact of so uh Smashing Machine was an adaptation of a documentary,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Uh, Lori told me Song Sung Blue was an adaptation of a documentary. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was thinking of something like, because this will definitely remind people of 13 Lives.
Well, this
Uh,
this one's based off a documentary as well.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's so many adaptations of documentaries. I assume this has been going on forever, but it's just interesting. And so the conversation always becomes like if you like crack open the reviews, you're like, oh, the documentary is better. Now in 13 Lives, I was like, after I watched it, I was like, basically like I don't really have any desire to watch the documentary. I feel so comprehensively familiar with like what they were kind of thinking about in terms of how they could handle the rescue. And this one, after it was over, I was like, okay, I want to watch the documentary because I felt like they just skirted over some things that were probably like high intensity brain power competence procedural stuff that you would want to know about, like when the guy like had to go down and rewire the ship so that they could get the power back on quickly and not take hours to reboot.
Yeah.
um
I
it was
mean
just
that should have been a very, very, very intense scene. Um,
Yes, and they were just trying to and the fact that the captain and the first mate were having to steer the ship manually in a storm, and there's just all these things that you're like, okay, there is a lot more to this. And I could hear the talking heads in my head, the people that this was their whole life, they had trained for this moment, and now they could tell you every detail about what went into, and the guy that was like steering the little underwater drone, and there was just so many different things, and you're like, man, I want to know more about each of these people and what they had to think about and the bottom lines they had to balance. And also, I assume like in the doc you've got medical professionals talking about what 30 minutes without oxygen would do to your brain and how anomalous it was that this guy came out and had no brain damage and was able to I mean, it's an incredible story.
yeah, I have to say, like, this movie is under 90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they felt like they were just wanting to make a shorter film, right? But I feel like if they had kind of fleshed out these characters more, they kind of went into a little more detail Once again, we talk about process, right? I would have loved, dude. I would have loved to have seen a lot of the processes of how they ended up resolving all this, right?
Mm.
This is one where I actually felt like I was like, when it was over, I was like, that was okay. I felt like it could have been better, and I feel like they could have rewritten a lot of things, and I kind of wish that it wasn't under 90 minutes, and I wish it were actually like closer to the 2 hour mark.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, it was an okay film. I'm with you
It
there.
was cool, but missed opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. So once again, you keep on surprising me with the 2026
I
movie
know,
or
dude.
2025 movies,
This
dude.
is not how I expected things to go. So, I mean,
Oh,
I don't know what's gonna
dude.
happen. I'm hoping to get two or three more in. I'm hoping to finally find what my
God.
number one movie of 2025 is gonna be. I don't think I've watched it yet. So
Dude, you're lying to me. I already know. I already know.
wait, what? You
I already
know?
know. I already know. I already know. And I'm not gonna tell you because
You
I
know
know
what my number one movie is?
I know what it is. Okay.
How did you know?
I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay.
I don't think I've seen it yet, my dog.
Look, keep in mind, Mitch, we've been talking for 100 plus episodes, okay? And we started
Yeah,
in September, right? And so,
yeah.
uh, dude, you already know, you know that I know. To be honest with you, it's between two films, and I'll just leave it at that.
Wow. Okay. Well,
And I'm
just so everybody knows, we're gonna be counting down following the Oscars. You'll get some episodes from us counting down our top tens of 2025, along with five honorable mentions apiece. So,
Yeah, so yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Mitch. We're first gonna start with our honorable mentions, five honorable mentions, and then a 10 through 6 video, and then a 5 through 1 video, and then of course next week we're gonna be talking about the uh,
Oscar reactions.
the Oscars, man. Oh, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man. Anything's possible. I feel like Conan more so this year is gonna step up to the plate.
I don't know if you heard, Mitch, but apparently he's been testing his opening monologue around town of
Oh, that's
Hollywood.
funny. You can't do
And
that.
well, he's been doing it. Yeah, apparently, and people are loving it. They're saying it's it's his best monologue so far.
Well, I'm
Uh,
excited, man.
yeah. So, was there another one you watched, Mitch, or was that pretty much it so far?
Kind of, dude. I mean, or I don't know. Are we gonna get to have any? Are we gonna get to talk any more beforehand? Or I mean, is
Yeah,
this the last?
this
Is
is
this the last rodeo?
this is probably going to be the last rodeo before we discuss our year end list, Mitch. So
Okay.
that's
So
yeah.
I guess at some point, maybe deep into next week, I'll be like, here's all the mistakes I made, on my last week of Oscar before I Oscar. So
Well, so that's pretty much all the 2025 movies you've watched so far.
yeah, I'm like more than halfway through another one, but we'll just call it.
Well, now tell me which one
No,
is
no,
it?
no, no, no. You have to find out with everybody else, my dude.
Well, you know what, Mitch? Actually, I feel like we could probably record another episode tomorrow and set
We'll
it up.
see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could set it up for a Sunday release.
Yeah,
On
we'll,
Oscars.
we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later.
See you, buddy.